Ashlyn, why are you still living in my family's house?
What's that kind of question all about?
Starting today, I'll be living at my parents' house again.
What? I never heard anything about how you'd be coming back here to stay with all of us. Well, I did hear something, but that was about you coming next month for a little bit. What happened to that?
Well, I have all this time on my hands right now, so I was thinking I might come sooner than planned. And when I told my mom I'd be coming, she said that you were still living in their house with them, and I was shocked. So you and my brother are still living in that house together with my parents?
Yeah, and the plan was to continue living with both your parents for the long run. And, well, we had heard about how you planned to come back here to have your baby. But we never heard anything about how you were planning on coming back today now. I don't think the room or anything else is ready for you quite yet.
To be honest with you, I assumed you were no longer in that house, Ashlyn. But now it seems like things haven't changed at all, and that's just pitiful.
Huh? Pitiful? What do you mean by that? I get that your room isn't prepared for you to come yet, but that's all due to you coming a month before we had planned. So why do you have to say things are pitiful because of me? I had nothing to do with that.
You saying that you have nothing to do with it is not all right, Ashlyn. Are you really that irresponsible? I've already had a look at my room, and it looks like you've all just thrown all your things in there and left it like a warehouse.
Well, nobody has been living in there for a long time, so we didn't want to let the room go to waste. We also all thought that you wouldn't be home until next month, so there haven't been any preparations made for you yet.
For some reason, it seems that all of you aren't as excited about me coming home as I first thought. What is with that attitude from you, Ashlyn? Would you stop acting like I'm not a part of this family, please? If anything, I have more of a right to this house than you or my brother do.
I'm not trying to play things off as though you're not important or not wanted here. I'm just letting you know why your room isn't ready yet, and that's all.
Is that right? Well, there was no avoiding this one, right? You must be so jealous of me.
Jealous of you? What are you going on about now?
You are infertile, right, Jamie?
What?
I'm aware that you are jealous of me because you can't have a baby of your own due to you being infertile. But just because you're a half-baked woman doesn't mean you can keep hating on me, okay? I'm oh so sorry that I was able to get pregnant this easily right in front of your eyes.
Nobody ever said I was jealous of you for getting pregnant, Lexi. If anything, you saying something like that to me is kind of hurtful. I have actually been quite happy about hearing that you were going to have a baby soon and wanted to congratulate you on that.
Oh, that's just loads of crap. You hate the fact that I'm pregnant and you're not, and that's why this house is all turned upside down.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I feel like you've gone a little bit off the rails here and are just making things up about the situation.
I'm not making anything up about you in the house, as it's all right on the mark, right? But this is pretty scary, having to live in the same house as someone like you.
Scary? What about me is so terrifying for you?
You are infertile, making you unable to bear a child, and that's made you all the more jealous of me and my baby, right? Right now, I don't feel like I can relax and live in the house well enough. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you think you can leave the house for me?
What? What are you actually talking about right now?
What's so bad about me asking something like that? I only want you gone for as long as it takes for me to have my baby and then leave this house after. Just go find some place for the next couple of months and stay there while I enjoy my time living and relaxing with my parents.
Could you please not recommend something like that to me? I don't even have any bad intentions with you. So please stop thinking that I'm so jealous of you and let's just get on with us helping you move back in. Both Chris and I have no plans of leaving this house, so you're just going to have to live with that fact and learn to settle in with the rest of us here.
I don't really care about Jack having to leave the house or not. I'm only asking that you be the one to get out of the house.
You're only going to be back for a little bit to have some rest before having your baby, and you want me to leave the house during that time frame? I feel as though I'm the only one here getting shafted by your plan.
Well, it's my family's house after all. I have every right to move back into that place whenever I'd like and choose who I want to stay and who I want gone.
I am very well aware that this place is your family's home. But that kind of idea you have about your right to this place is way too self-centered.
Well, whatever. We can talk more about this when we're all at the house. I'll help you understand just the kind of place you have in this family.
My place in this family? I'm not going to be taught my position in this family by someone like you, Lexi, okay?
Are you well aware of your place in the family now?
What the hell were you thinking, Lexi? You just hit me in the face and then kicked me out of that house.
I've gone out for a bit, and before I come back, I want you to gather all your things and get out of that house. I don't even want to see your face anymore, so make it happen quickly. I am the one wanting to be back home relaxing before I give birth to my parents' grandbaby. However, all you're doing is just living there rent-free with nothing to offer them, you parasite. You have no right to be in the house.
But you have zero right using violence as a way of trying to get me to leave.
An old infertile woman like you is a pretty scary thing to have around a pregnant woman like me.
I get it now. You can't help yourself but make fun of me all the time, and that's why things like this have started. Calling me horrible names and even assaulting me like that inside the house. You're going to regret what you've done to me. I can see that the both of us living in the house together is never going to work out now.
And that's why I just told you what has to happen. You have to leave the house because I have no desire to live in it with you. If something were to happen to me, what would I do? I'm the one carrying the most important thing to this family right now. I get that you can't have a baby, but don't you dare start taking out that stress of not being a good enough woman on me.
I have never wanted to take out any kind of stress on you. I'd really like you to stop using my infertility as the basis for all your claims about me, okay? Hitting me because of your misunderstandings of me. That's not okay, Lexi.
I'm just afraid of you since a woman with pent-up jealousy over me having my baby could do anything to hurt me or the baby when they're born. You are really causing me a lot of fear and stress, so you're gonna have to go. I think you're better off having that baby with nobody around you. Huh? If you're going to say something as heartless as that to me, I might just have to tell both Chris and my mom about it. You can say whatever you'd like, but I'm your mother. Huh? Mom, I never thought that my own daughter would be talking to her sister-in-law that way. But I guess I really messed up raising you into someone that thinks things like that are okay. Hold on a minute. Mom? You have a total misunderstanding of things. Were you the one that just said that to me? That I should have my baby with nobody else around? That's not very kind or motherly of you to say, okay? What's gotten into you? Are you sure that Ashlyn isn't saying things to you right now that's gone and made you think that I'm the bad guy here? All she's done is show me all the messages you both have been sending back and forth and nothing else. I am, so disappointed in you, Lexi. You're disappointed in me? Don't be so mean, Mom. You're no longer going to be staying here while you get ready to have your baby. What? I want you to stay away from this house for the rest of your pregnancy and have that baby somewhere else. And I'm sure the only reason you've come here a month before we had all planned is because something went wrong between you and your husband. Well, you have no right taking out your frustrations on someone like Ashlyn, all right? I wasn't taking out any frustrations on her, Mom. I'm sure you had no clue about this before coming back here, but Ashlyn has been a huge help in maintaining the financial support of this home. Your dad and I are really thankful for what she's been doing to help us. What? Ashlyn has been helping you guys financially? Does she really make that much money on her own? She sure does, but that's not the problem here, Lexi. The problem with you that's really gone and upset me today is the fact that you acted like this towards Jamie, all because she can't have a baby herself. Well, I'm not going to ever forgive your actions over some poor excuse like that. You definitely don't know this, but back when I was around your age, I had been very worried myself about being infertile or not. Huh? You were, Mom? But you still ended up having both Chris and I, right? And that was after I went through some procedures to help with my infertility. I had been married to your dad for a total of 10 years, and during that whole time, we never had any kids. Now that you mention it, you might have hinted at some of that story a while back. Sorry, but I forgot all about that crap. I was very thankful that after all the work that had to be put into me, I was able to have the two of you. But having to see that my own daughter is going to use infertility as the basis for acting like a complete jerk to someone else, it's heartbreaking, Lexi. I never expected that you'd be the kind of girl to do this to another woman. I'm not only heartbroken, but in complete shock right now. I'm going to toss all of your things out right now. What? Mom? What do you mean you're going to toss all my things out right now? Tell me, don't you think you're taking things way over the top by doing that to me? I'm the one taking things over the top? What are you talking about, Lexi? If you find that you don't like the sound of that, then you get your butt back here right now and get all your things and leave at once. And I want you to go up to Ashlyn and apologize to her for both talking to her like a complete jerk and for hitting her in the face. What? Please, just hold on a minute, Mom. You know that I'm really close to having my baby now, right? You have another 2 months or so, right? I know that, but that's only a couple more months. If I'm kicked out of my own parents' house now, what am I going to do about myself and the baby? I was really excited to finally be home where you could take care of me all day and I could just sit around and enjoy my life. Stop trying to make yourself look like the one that deserves any pampering. I am tossing your things out of the house right now. Hold your horses! You would never actually throw out a pregnant woman's things, right? I'm on my way back to the house right now, so please take some time to calm down and we can talk all that over again.
Your mom has already gone ahead and started throwing out all your things. Lexi, you really did a great job getting yourself kicked out of the house.
Huh? Is this you again, Ashlyn? What the hell have you gotten my mom to believe all of a sudden? It is all because of you making her have a huge misunderstanding that she wants me to stay away from her house.
And it's totally fair for her to want you out of her house, right?
Huh? What the hell does that all mean? You're only starting to piss me off even more now by talking to me like that.
Say what you'd like. I never told your mom anything to make her act this way. It all happened just as your mom said. She only had to look at my phone where all the messages between you and I were displayed, and that's what set her off. Besides, you both talking down to me for being infertile and also hitting me in the face as a way of teaching me something is not what your mom finds appropriate. No mom would find that all right, actually.
Oh, come on now, Ashlyn. I just wanted to come home and get rid of the parasite that's been living in my parents' house. I didn't think my mom would get upset at me for trying to help her and Dad out. Honestly, the fact that you're even still living in that house with her after all these years is a complete disaster for me.
I'm not living here because I wanted a place to lay back and make your parents work for me. I'm here because I needed to be here living with them. I understand that as of right now, I don't have any kids of my own. But I've been making up for that by working my butt off all day at work and have been using that money to help your parents in this house. Last year, Chris went without a job for a little while, and during that whole time, I had to pretty much support everyone in this house.
Huh? He didn't have a job?
And just like I thought, nobody told you about that. I mean, it shouldn't really matter that you know about that little fact or not right now, since it's not going to change your behavior or anything.
What are you trying to say?
Last year, your brother's company that he was working for went under, and for a little bit, he had been unemployed. But even when that happened, I stepped up my game and worked even harder in order to support everyone in the house. I was allowed to live in your parents' house after all with them, so I already knew I had to work for their sake. But when he lost his job, it only added to the amount of work I needed to put in.
I never knew things like that were happening. But You're right to have never told me about that, because it has nothing to do with me anyway. You're bringing up a bunch of things I never even knew about before, so how do you think that's going to help with this situation now?
I just find it hilarious, while also sad that, while you never knew a thing about what's been going on with your family here, you tried coming home unannounced to us, and then became violent with me when I was only trying to state some facts about your room. All I can think of you as now is some kind of violent and easily angered child. Luckily, I'll probably never have to deal with you again after today. I hope you do well giving birth to your baby. I'm going now.
What are you talking about? Are you just going to let me be kicked out of the house?
Excuse me?
Ashlyn, it's your fault that my mom is mad at me. You go and get her to stop acting like a monster and let me stay in the house again. How am I supposed to handle myself all on my own if I'm forced to leave?
Weren't you just the one that hit me in the face and told me to get out of your house a little bit ago? I can see that you totally forgot about that little fact. Seriously, Lexi, what are you trying to get at now by saying something as selfish as what you've just said? Your mom has already lost all the respect she had for you as her daughter, and I don't think you're going to get her to change her mind on wanting you gone. In my case even, I don't want you living here with me anymore either, because I'm afraid you might try and assault me again. And just to make sure that you don't try and get any sort of revenge for what's happening to you, I'm going to call the police and tell them what you did to me.
Huh? You're going to call the police? Why are you taking things way out of proportion here?
I think that it's well within my rights to tell the police about you hitting me like that. You literally assaulted me by doing that.
Assaulted you? Oh, you are being way too overdramatic about all that. I was just giving you a little slap on the face, was all to let you know I was being serious about wanting you out of the house.
I'm sure that someone like you who has trouble controlling their emotions would never be able to understand the kind of damage you just caused. But if you'd like to know just the kind of damage you did to me, you knocked out one of my teeth.
Really? It was that hard of a slap?
It wasn't even a slap. You had your fist balled up and hit me hard enough to both knock out a tooth and cut up the inside of my mouth.
Well, I never thought it'd cause that kind of damage. And what do you mean I can't control my emotions? That's expected from someone who's pregnant with a child.
Let me be clear about this, Lexi. What you done to me today was completely uncalled for. And I think it's time you stopped using your pregnancy as an excuse for everything, because the police are sure not going to listen to that. I'm really not sure what happened with you and your husband that made you start going crazy, but no matter what it was, you are not allowed back into this house.
Hold on for just one moment, Ashlyn. I've been having a really tough time lately. My husband has been claiming that the baby I'm carrying isn't his own, and so he kicked me out of the house for supposedly cheating on him. That's why I actually left the house before he told me to get out in order to hopefully get him to simmer down a little. But if you guys kick me out of the house, then where else will I be able to run to?
I don't care.
What?
If you really hadn't been cheating on him, then you wouldn't have been running away, right? And honestly, I don't care about what happened over at your house with your husband. I'm only worried about how you assaulted me and knocked out a tooth of mine. I think by this point, you'd be best off cutting all that crap and handing yourself in to either your husband or to the police. Now, good luck with all that. I can't wait to learn how all your actions bite you in the butt here soon. In the end, Lexi's mom never did forgive her for what she'd done to me, not because she was being cruel, but because the betrayal ran too deep. There are some wounds that don't just fade over time, especially when they affect the people you love. And in this case, Lexi didn't just hurt me, she hurt her entire family. Her lies, her actions, and the way she went about everything left a trail of destruction that couldn't be ignored. And it wasn't just one mistake. It was a series of choices that showed her mom exactly who Lexi had become. After everything blew up, her mom made one last attempt to understand what was going on, not by asking Lexi. She already knew her daughter would twist the truth. But by going to Lydia's husband herself, she needed to hear it from someone who had no reason to lie. Someone directly involved, but with nothing left to protect. The conversation wasn't long, but it didn't need to be. He told her plainly that he was filing for divorce. He had already started the paperwork and had no plans of turning back. The damage had been done, and for him, there was no way to rebuild anything with Lexi. The betrayal had been too much to take, too public, too messy, and far too personal. That was all Lexi's mom needed to hear. It was the final confirmation that everything she feared was true. The affair, the deception, the pregnancy, it had all been real. And more than that, it had all been avoidable. What crushed her mom the most was the knowledge that this could have gone a completely different way if Lexi had just come clean from the start, if she had moved in with honesty instead of manipulation, if she had been transparent about her situation. Her mother would have stood by her. She would have helped raise the baby. She would have supported Lexi through every step of that difficult journey, no matter who the father was. But instead, Lexi chose selfishness. She treated everyone like they were obstacles, problems to be solved or pushed aside. She weaponized her pregnancy, using it for sympathy, for leverage, as if the people around her were nothing more than emotional ATMs. She didn't care who got hurt in the process. Not me, not her family, not even the child she was bringing into the world. So, when her mom finally told her to leave, it wasn't said in anger, it was said in finality. She told Lexi to pack up her things and go. No room for argument, no more excuses. She was officially done. Lexi was kicked out of her parents' house, her belongings shoved into boxes and bags, and told she wasn't welcome to return. She didn't cry, or if she did, no one stayed to see it. She left quietly, and the door shut behind her like the last nail in the coffin of whatever relationship she had left with her family. And none of us stopped her. We didn't run after her. We didn't ask her to stay or give her one more chance. The time for second chances was long gone. We had watched her cause too much pain, too much division. And at some point, enough is just enough. You can't keep saving someone who doesn't want to stop destroying everything around them. I don't know what she's doing now. I've heard she's trying to stay with a friend of a friend, but nothing stable. And I honestly think that's for the best. She needs to sit with the reality of everything she lost. The comfort of a warm house. The steady support of a loving family. The opportunity to raise her baby in a healthy environment. All of that vanished the moment she chose lies over truth.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.